Hi guys, TB here. I want to show you how to change these colors. A client asked me how to apply this functionality as I have it here in the demo page. So I will just go straight to the preset settings. We have to create a new preset, and I will call it test. From here, if you want to use the dark variation or white variation. So this is the white variation, you see. So just select from this skin type hex dark if you want the dark variation, or hex white if you want the white variation. In this case I will select the hex dark, and then all you have to do is use hex CSS color to yes and add new preset. This is all that has to be done. I have here a page and I've added a shortcode with this preset, which is test, and a playlist that has a single video. Now I'll close this page because I have this open here. I'll just close this for now, and you see the colors are applied. It's possible to set only the front color, so the back color it's white in the dark variation. Sorry, and in the white variation it's dark. So this is how it's done for the icons. This is all that has to be done. Let's set another color here to show you that this is actually working. Update the preset, and now it's green. Okay, let's set it back to red as it was. I will just add it manually. Now I will close this page as well. Now to update the text, and let's say you want this video it is the active one, to have it red here. This is done in the CSS settings. Let's open this tab CSS editor, and of course I don't remember all the classes here because there are a lot of classes, and even though I've developed this player, it's impossible to remember all the classes that I've used. So I will use the inspector, the page inspector, and I will click on the thumbnail, and I will check here the classes, and you see there is a class here, FWP playlist thumbnail dark text, and now I forgot to show you, and this is actually added here in the playlist. So if you check this, you'll see this class, you see the title and the thumbnail description. This is I've left this markup in the download file. You'll find it there, so you can just copy and paste it, and then we have to modify these classes. Okay, I'll close this and go back here. So this is the thumbnail, and inside you see the thumbnail title and thumbnail description, the one that I've showed you. So just copy this to have it, and go into the CSS editor, search for it. In Windows is Control F, hold Control and then F on the keyboard. I'm not sure on Mac, but just search for it, paste it here, and here is the class. And for example, let's set the font color initially to green. So this is basic CSS, it's not difficult. And now when I test this, one moment, color. I'm sorry, this is the active one. So if you check here, I forgot, since we have just one image, you see that it has a class active, this one. So in this case, to set it active, I will set it active to red to match the you see W playlist thumbnail dark text active, and then the title. All you have to do is to change the color here, and now when I test the page, you will see that this is red. The same applies to the text itself. Just go here, select to see which class is applied. In this case is thumbnail description, And not just the color, you can change the font size. For example, let's set the title bigger, and where is the description? And here is the description. Let's also set this color to, I don't know, let's set this to green. You see, and we have this this stuff here. I've only this playlist here. To change the colors is done for the combo box selector. The colors are changed directly in the general settings. Some settings are modified in the CSS, and what was possible I've added it directly in the settings, so that you don't have to bother here. So you see combo box selected background color and combo box selected hex. Let me check this because I don't remember it. So yeah, this is you have to look a bit into this, but this is the combo box, which is when I say combo box, I'm referring to this part here. So we have the not the background selected color when it's hovered here, you see, which I've set it to red, and also the text color, which I set it to white, and I'll just set it to green to show you. Of course it will look ugly, but just to understand how this works. And now when I hover this, see the text, it's green. Okay, so more else. If you want to go, okay, let me show you the vector skins now. So maybe you don't want to use these icons and you want to use the vector skin, which is replacing the PNG. These are PNG files are replaced with actually vector files. So let's go to the general settings, and in the main settings, let's set the where is the vector? Let's search for it. There are so many options that I forget, I don't know where they are. So let's set use vector icons to yes in the same preset. Don't forget to use the same preset. Now you will see that these are actually vectors. If I inspect them, you will see that it's a font icon, so it's a SVG file. So to change this again, we can inspect it, and I can you see this class, just search for this, just this one, go into the CSS editor again, search for it, and you'll see the color here. So let's set the normal color to normal state to red, and then the selected state to white. This is a hexadecimal value, is basic CSS. If you don't understand CSS, then let me know and I will give the exact colors that you can use, but it's very simple. And now when I test this, you'll see that they are red, and then when hovered they are white, just like we set it here in the CSS file. So this is how the color are changed. You can also, like I showed you, you can edit this text and the colors and all this stuff here. The time color, again, it's set in the general settings. Like I've said, some features you just search for the colors. If you cannot find the option to change the color here, then it's in a CSS editor here. Unfortunately, not everything is possible to be hard-coded, to be set in the visual backend, and because of this CSS it's required. But for the time, let's search for it. I'll just give a search. Time. I think it's in the controller settings, time color, and let's set this to red as well. And see, the time is red. For this button, again, let's search for the class, and see this is a different class. Let's go to the CSS editor. This is for the vector skin. And color, let's set it to red. And selected, you see there is a normal state and a selected state. Selected state, what I mean with selected state, it's when the user is hovering over the button, so that it's selected. And the other one, normal, it's default normal state. And let's set this to red. actually it's white, sorry. You see it's red, and when I hover it's white. So this is basically how this stuff is configured. If you want to go deeper, so the skin of the player it's made from, in this case, for example, the controller, it's a PNG file. Again, just inspect it, and if you don't find the class, just check which image was used. So in this case, this image is used for the background of the controller. So you'll see that it's in content, hex dark, controller, background PNG. And then just go into the plugin. I'll just show you quickly here. Let me open the player. I have a lot of them here, and just like you see here in the it's in the hex dark folder. So let's go into the content and hex dark and search for background. You see background PNG. And I don't know why it's not finding it. Let's do it in a different way. Come on, man. I have no idea what happened. Okay, let's do a search with the B. Buffer. I think it's incorrect. Controller background. You see, I made the mistakes. Okay, let's controller. Where is it? Come on, man. Controller background. Here it is. So all you have to do is to edit this this file into I will go deeper and I'll show you. Let's set this to a different color. I'll just open Photoshop. You can use anything you want. It doesn't matter which tool you choose for this. It's a very simple process. I will drag this into the Photoshop. I will select the background and I will apply a tint to it, a color overlay, sorry. Now I'll set the color of I don't know, something like this, and just save the file. Now when I test this, you will see that it has a different color. See, it might apply to other parts of the player depending in which area it was applied, to simplify things. So this is how it's done. Everything is done in the same way. You can just inspect the other stuff and change it as you want. Of course this looks horrible, but this is the process of how you can customize and use the colors in the player. I hope I didn't forget anything, but remember, if you want to change something, search for it, some color, search for it in the settings, and if you cannot find it, then inspect it and try to see if it has an image and PNG applied to it or a class, and you can just play with those settings. Don't forget to clear the cache in this the browser cache. In this case, I have it here in the network. Sorry, I just woke up. I have set disable cache by default, you see, but if I close the developer tools and I refresh the page, it is possible that you have, even if you have made changes to the CSS here or the general settings, you might still see the old settings. Sometimes the browser is caching files to make the loading process to make the page load faster. So don't forget to close the browser cache with Control. In Windows is Control plus Shift plus Del on the keyboard, and only select the cached images and files. Do not select this stuff because you will delete your history and cookies. Just delete the images and the files. This is the stuff that we want to clear. And if you have a cache plugin, then please make sure that you clear the cache with that as well, because it's different. The browser cache is one thing and the plugin cache is another thing. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover here. For the white theme, if you want to use the white variation of it, as I explained, just create a new preset, minimal dark or minimal white, and select from here the hex white, and you are set to go. So this is how it works. Okay, about the other presets like the classic dark and modern dark, it will also work for this preset as well. So you don't have to if for example, if you might want to use the modern dark. Okay, let's see if we can make this. Let's select the test, and I will just change this to modern. Where is it? Modern skin dark update. But I think I have to set the buttons again to be not vector. See, it's working for this as well, but it's not quite perfect because since these are PNG files, it's difficult to explain. It will not apply the colors perfectly, but it does work. If you decide to use this, you can give it a try and see if it works. So this is how the hexadecimal hex colors work for the Ultimate Video Player. I also show you a bit of the other stuff. Please let me know if you have any questions. Let me know in the comments or contact me directly on my email that you have in the documentation. I will gladly help you. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one.